Hi everyone, this is part 3 of my huge adult colouring book haul. So to begin with, we've got Spectacular Patterns and More, and this one actually came with a packet of colouring pencils, which is quite nice. The only thing wrong with this is the paper. It's quite thin. I'll turn it that way. Apart from the paper being really thin, it's not too bad. And I actually bought 3 of these. It was very cheap, so the coloured pencils that came with it are not the best. But for the price it's okay, so I bought 3 of those, and there's a few patterns. I like this one with all the citrus fruits, that's quite nice. There's a few in here that I like, and there's a few that I don't like. That's quite nice. Not too struck on the mandalas. They get a little bit tiresome, I find. A little bit boring. That would be okay if it wasn't too dark. That's a little too repetitive. That's quite pretty. I like the ones with the flowers because I can do the flowers all different colours. Even if it's a repetitive pattern of flowers, I can still put lots of different colours in there. That's quite interesting. That's okay, it's got butterflies on. Anything with butterflies is nice. So that's that one. It's not terribly exciting, but like I said, it was very cheap. So I got 3 of those. Next we have Flowers colouring book. Now this is the second one I've bought of these. This is really nice. Most of the pictures in here are quite nice, so they're quite nice. Lilies, dahlias or something. That one looks a little bit busy, but I'm sure it's nice to colour. Not too struck on that one. That's quite nice. Little lilies. That's quite pretty. That's nice. I like that one. It's quite cute. That's nice. That's nice. It's a little bit repetitive, but it's pretty. That's nice. No, that's not my thing. I like those. Those roses look a bit like cabbages to me. That's nice. That's nice. The paper in this again is really thin, which is a bit of a bummer. That's really nice. It's very pretty because it means all you can use on them is coloured pencils. Even gel pens go through on these books, which is quite a shame. I don't like that. That is absolutely awful. That's okay. It's okay-ish. Pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. I like that with the berries on. That's quite nice. That one's very pretty. That's okay. I'm not too sure about that one. Roses are not really my thing. The poppies are really nice. They're quite pretty. Quite nice. Some more lilies and some lovely beautiful birds. This is a nice thick book. You get a lot for your money, and I did pay very little for these. I bought them on the internet, so online. Don't like that one very much, it's a bit boring. That's quite pretty. So most of the ones in here are quite nice, so that's that one. Now we have the Enchanted Forest. Now this, I really like the colour of the paper on this one. It's that sort of off-white creamy colour, and it's quite thick paper too, so it's quite nice. It's got some really pretty pictures in it too. A little owl in the tree there, so it's really sweet. It's got gorgeous pictures. I think it's showing up quite white on the camera, but it's a really kind of a creamy off-white colour, and it's quite nice actually for a change. That's quite sweet. Look, he's got little birds in his antlers. That's cute. Very sweet. Cute. Oh look, a little hedgehog. He's clicked up some leaves and things in his spines. So I love this one. This is very nice. Little mushrooms and bluebells and blackberries and all kinds of pretty things. And that's sweet. A little fairy's house in a tree trunk. Whoops, I missed a page there. A little air balloon, hot air balloon, it's quite cute. I love all these pictures. I don't think I've found any that I don't like in here. So, and it was very cheap. I bought it on sale. I don't pay full price for any of my colouring books. I don't think there's any need because they usually come down quite cheap eventually. So I usually keep my eye on them, and if I buy them online, I'll just put them in the shopping cart and leave them there and check them every so often to see if they've come down in price. I don't buy many from the shops. So that's that one. That's really nice. That's the second one because I bought two of those. I just showed that one. Now here we have colouring birds. This is the second one I've bought of these. I finished the first one. I coloured it all in. It's a really nice book. At the front it's given you some ideas of the colours and how to colour it in and that. But when you see the drawings, they're quite sort of simple. But that's the challenge, because you can get all the shadows and all the tones in and try and get it as close to what it should be. So I found it quite good fun. So even though it looks kind of like a childish sort of drawing, it's once you start painting or colouring it in, it's quite good. I did try and use paints on my other book, and I did actually upload the video. There is a video on there, but it's got a few of the paintings in it. I don't think it's got all of them in, but I did use paint, and the paper, it was dreadful. It sort of buckled, and there was pools of water everywhere. Just made a bit of a mess really, but I uploaded it anyway, so you might want to look at that if you want to see. But this has got pretty little pictures in, so I might do this one in coloured pencils because the paper is extremely thin. I wish they wouldn't do that. You buy a really nice book, it's got lovely pictures in, and they spoil it by putting paper in that's really not good for anything. Not only is it very thin, it's got like a very shiny surface, so it kind of repels whatever you put on it. So yeah, that's that one. That's quite nice. So that's the second one I bought. And so here we have Art Nouveau. It's got some quite pretty pictures in it, and at the beginning it gives you some examples of the colours and things, so that's quite pretty. It's good if you need sort of a bit of an idea of what to do. Oh, not too struck on that one. That's quite pretty. That's a little bit boring. That's the problem when you buy the books online. You just don't get to see what they're like most of the time. There are some where you can get a preview of a few of the pages, but they don't usually show you many pages. You might get 3 or 4 if you're lucky. I think Amazon UK, when they sell their colouring books, they have some of them have previews. I bought all mine online. So this is quite nice. It's just the paper that's a bit of a letdown on here, on this one. That's a bit boring. So some of the pictures in there are a bit simple, but it's okay. So here we have Aztecs and Mayas, and this is a really nice thick cover. The paper in here is quite nice. It's a bit better than a lot of the colouring books that I've got. Got quite a varied assortment of designs. That's a little bit boring. It's got some that are really not that nice at all. Most of them are quite nice though. And I will try and use some paint in these and see how it goes. It's thicker than the other books, but it's not terribly thick, but it is a little bit better. There are some of the pictures in here I probably won't attempt because they're a little bit too repetitive, like this one for instance. I don't think I'll do that one. But apart from that, I think it's quite interesting. There's lots of different things in there. That's quite nice. So that's quite a nice book, and I did buy 2 of those because they were very, very cheap. Now I've got this dear little book here, Colour Me Mindful Underwater. This is so sweet, and you can just pop this one in your bag and take it around with you if you like to sort of colour on the go. It's really cute. Lovely turtles. I love turtles. Cute little fishes. The paper on this is not too bad. Not as thin as some. Slightly greyish in colour, but that's not too bad. Just a cheap little book. Well, actually, it was at full price. It wasn't that cheap, to be honest. It was quite expensive for what it is, but I only paid a little bit for it. I got it on sale. But it's a nice addition to my collection, and you know, like I said, you can just pop it in your bag or just take it with you wherever you go. So that's nice, I like that one. Next we have Colour Me Peaceful. Just a quick flick through here. So that one's a little bit boring. That's not too bad, but I don't like the dark lines so much. I think they kind of spoil the picture. I prefer the lighter print. That's very pretty, that's nice. That's quite pretty too. That's a bit boring. I wouldn't do that, that's not very nice. That's not very nice either. That's not nice either. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, I think they're little elephants. They're quite sweet. That's okay. The paper on this one is incredibly thin. I don't know if you can see, but it's really transparent. It's got some nice pictures in. That I just wouldn't even bother. That I probably wouldn't do either. That's quite pretty. And that's just awful. And that's just as awful. That's not very nice. We've got quite a few in here that I don't like. I'll still colour them all the same, you know, whether I like them or not, I'll just still go through and colour the whole book, probably. I don't like that tree, that's not very pretty. That's quite cute, little houses. That's really boring. That's quite pretty. I like butterflies, they're always good fun. Do lots of different colours with butterflies. Definitely couldn't use my gel pens on this, it's just terribly thin. There's quite a lot in here. And there's one there. Is there? Oh, yes, there is. So that's that one. Next up we have Colour Me Mindful, and that's butterflies. Past the boring bit at the beginning. All these pretty butterflies. Again, it's just a shame about the paper. It's very thin. Very pretty pictures though. I love painting and colouring in birds and butterflies and flowers. Anything where you can really go to town and use lots of different colours and, you know, pile on as many different colours as possible. That's always good. Quite pretty. That's very pretty, like that one. It's pretty. This is a very nice book, it's very pretty. Whoops. That's nice, I like that. Little beetles, ladybirds, that's pretty. So that's really cute. That's a nice little book. Next we have Indian Serenity. Again, it's terribly thin paper. It's got some pretty pictures in. There are some that don't really appeal to me. I don't like that, that's a bit too dark and black. I actually got a book on mandalas. It's supposed to be giant mandalas. It's a big book, but the problem is the mandalas are no bigger than what they would be if they're, you know, in a normal smaller size book. It's just the paper that it's on is each side of the, because it's a long book. It's not a square, it's sort of longish. But the paper each side of the mandala is actually wasted. So although it says giant mandalas, they aren't giant. The pages are bigger, but the mandalas are just the same size. You'll see what I'm talking about because I'll be doing that one soon. I did used to like doing mandalas quite a lot, but then I got a little bit bored. I do tend to get sort of bored with my colouring from time to time when it's sort of repetitive. When there's a big, especially when you've got like 2 pages, a double page, and it's the same pattern. I don't think I've actually finished many of those. I start them, but I don't really finish them. I go back to them now and again, but
Most of them just remain unfinished. But that's just the double pages with the patterns. I generally can force myself to do ones that I don't even really like, so long as there's not too much of them. You know, if it's kind of small design, that I don't like. So there's lots in here. It's just really poor quality paper, unfortunately. So that's that one. Now this one's really beautiful. I do love this one. I bought 2 of these. I've got 2 of those. Okay, so put it this way around. Actually, no, I'll do it this way around. Oh, these are double pages. Okay, I don't know which way around to do this for the best because I don't want to... There you go, the cover was getting in the way. Which I might just flip through it like this. Hope you can see that one okay. So it's really pretty. And I do like the very pale colour lines. Got some very pretty pictures in it. Lovely little mushrooms or toadstools, so cute. That's really pretty, it's got lots of things to see. Lots of little things hidden in there, little bunny rabbits and things. And I actually saw this one in the shop and I looked at it and then I went and checked it out online, found it really cheap and bought it. It's really pretty. There's lots and lots of lovely little pretty things in this one. And they've made really good use of the pages too. They've sort of gone, you know, completely covered the pages, which is really good. So that's really pretty. I love that one. Now we've got Mindfulness colouring book. Again, it's shockingly thin paper. That's pretty. That's not. That's okay. It's pretty. It's okay. Bit boring. A bit boring. That's very pretty. I'm not too sure about that one. It's funny, but sometimes they look like cabbages to me when I see the roses. They look just like a page full of cabbages. That's ugly. That's not much better. Bit boring. Oh, I like the poppies because I can do each one a different colour, so you can do all different shades of yellow and orange and reds, and that's quite pretty. Oh, that's cute. Anything with birds. Love that one. That's really pretty. That's quite nice. That's too dark. Don't like that. Don't like that. It's okay. Pretty. Very pretty. Pretty. It's okay. That's very pretty. That's quite pretty. That's pretty. It's quite nice. That's nice. That's pretty. That would be pretty if it wasn't quite so dark. It's quite pretty. No, that's a little bit too repetitive for me, too strenuous. It's supposed to be stress relieving, but I find that a little bit too stressful. So that's that book. It's okay.